Hi, so this video is about why it's so important to stay single if you have BPD, but to be honest, this really appears to most people. Like, y'all need to stay single. We all try to, be in relationships and stuff and try to love other people, but we didn't even figure out what love is or who we are and everything. So even if you don't have BPD, you might be able to relate and you might be able to get something out of it. Stay tuned and let's get right into it. So first of all, the very obvious thing, we're toxic. People with BPD they're toxic in relationships. We tend to be impulsive. We tend to have the hate-love relationship. I hate you, I love you, I hate you, don't leave me. And we have the push-pull dynamic. When I'm in a relationship, that's when I'm at my worst. That's when I'm the most toxic. That's when I'm the most impulsive. That's when I'm the most effed up in the head. Because the more I care about someone, the more I love someone, the more I'm freaking out about having to lose that person, about, all that BS. So that sounds really melancholic, but if you have no one to lose, you're just a little bit more chill. Like, when we're seeing our friends, our family, whatever, strangers, our coworkers, we still might get triggered and we still might be upset, but not to an extent as if we were in a relationship with someone we love. I can only speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure that most people with BPD are their most toxic version of themselves when they're dating. When you're so deeply in love and you think, oh my god, this is my favorite person, this is the best thing that ever happened to you, I love them so much, then you can lose so much as well. And that's when you turn freaky. And if you got nothing to lose, you can calm down a little bit more. And when we don't get triggered as much, that's where we can work on our core problems, where we can try to find, why do we get triggered? Why do we have so much fear of abandonment? Why are we so impulsive? And those little things, those like not as extreme emotions such as, oh my god, my coworker said you don't know anything, so they think I'm dumb. Those triggers, they're easier to handle. So if you just try to work on those little problems, those little triggers first, and you overcome those little challenges, that's when we grow. Because bro, like when you are at your lowest, most toxic self and then you get triggered, it's so hard to say, I'm just gonna stay calm. Like, I'm just gonna go meditate, whatever. And I know, like, you also need to learn that part. Like, I'm not saying stay single forever. I'm just saying stay single for a little while. So you have a little bit of self-confidence, a little bit of more security for yourself. So when you go into a relationship, you are calmer and with yourself. One of my problems is that I tend to lose myself during a relationship. When I'm single, I'm out there, I'm seeing people, I'm just having fun, I'm doing things, I'm just free, I'm free-spirited, I'm confident, I'm sexy, whatever, I don't give a F. And then I come and meet a person and they get to know my most healthiest version of myself. They get to know bubbly Kathy, funny Kathy, sexy, confident Kathy. And then they start to date me. And then it goes all the way downhill, because as soon as I see them and they become my favorite person, I start to mirror them, I become them, and then I lose myself during the relationship. And all of a sudden I'm in this relationship, they're unhappy, I'm unhappy, and we're just, where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. And that's no fun. Like, it's so painful because all of a sudden they look at you and they're like, who are you? Or you look at them because you have idealized them and you're like, who are you? The fuck? Like, who are you? I fell in love with that idealized version of yourself. They were so perfect, but you are flawed. And when we're single and we meet a lot of people, dating-wise or friendship-wise or whatever, we just out there socializing a bit more because we're not obsessed with one person. Because usually when you're dating, for me, when I'm in a relationship, I forget everyone else. Like, I forget a world exists out there. I forget my friends, my family, everyone I care about. There's just this person. So when I'm not dating and I'm not focusing on that one person, I'm forced to kind of socialize. I'm still isolating myself. I'm still a lot by myself. I'm an introvert, I need a lot of time by myself, and that's fine. There's no shame in being an introvert, but when you meet more people, it's harder to idealize them and it's harder to focus on one person. You just meet people, you see people, and that's fine too. It doesn't mean you have to be dating, you just don't lie about it, just be honest. My chain of thought is that when we meet more people, more friends, more family members, whatever, we learn that they're all not just black or white, not good or bad. They all have really good traits such as humor or kindness or whatever, but they're also very impulsive or angry. And that's one thing we really need to learn so that when we're dating again, we're not putting them on a pedestal. And as soon as they do something, such a mistake or get a little bit too much of something that we don't like, demonize them. That's really important. But for that, we need to rewire our brain. So we need to make experiences that prove the opposite, that people are not good or bad, that people are all these rainbow colors and the grays in between. The other thing is, like I said, we tend to lose ourselves when we're in a relationship. But have you really found yourself, or have you just been seeking to find others that you like, that give you whatever you want? So it's really important that you focus on yourself, you focus on your need, you think about, who am I? What do I want in my life? Where do I want to go? What are my ambitions? What are my goals? Whatever. All these things are really important to know who you are. Now, I have been single for a year. I told myself to stay single for a year. Whoever knows my YouTube channel knows that I do these things where I'm like, I'm doing yoga for a year, I'm meditating for a year, and I have been single for over a year now, and I didn't thought I would be able to do that because I literally have never been single in my entire life, because I never thought I could be by myself. I always needed a hero or heroine, someone that just protects me and tells me you're safe, you're secure, I need you, you need me, codependency, I love it, you know, but it's toxic. It's not good. And it's uncomfortable to be single, and it's hard. You're full of fear. You know, you're just responsible for your own freaking life. And that sucks. But you know, that's a part of being a grown-up, and we cannot act like a child if we live in a grown-up world. And our partners are not supposed to be our parents. So yeah, stay single and find yourself, so that when you are starting to date, you know who you are. And even when you realize that you start mirroring that person, you just try to remind yourself, take a few steps back. Like, it's totally fine to bring up some distance. I know it's hard to get distance when you have BPD because you're so fucking close. This is how two single people should look like. There are two circles, and this is what they should look like when they're dating. But with BPD, it's either this or it's that. You just become one bunch. You just become one thing together, and that's don't do that, honey. Don't you dare doing that. Remember, you are one circle and they're one circle, and just try to meet them in the middle. Baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? Yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts about why I believe that people should stay single if they have BPD, but in general, why people should stay single for a while. That's really important. It's something we all need to learn. And I hope you could relate in some way or the other. Feel free to tell me your thoughts. Feel free to tell me what you feel, what you think. Do you have BPD, and do you also tend to be in a relationship your entire life? Are you not able to stay single for a while either? Have you been single for a while now? Have you been dating? So this video was way longer than I expected it to be. So there's like two parts of the video. There's one part why you should stay single for a while if you have BPD. And the second part is all about you have been single for a while now and you start dating again. So feel free to check out both parts. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Bye!